Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant and welcome back for more of Let's Play Mario Kart Super Circuit. Last time we looked at the Lightning Cup, and today we're going to be moving on to the Extra Lightning Cup, and getting back into more SNES courses. And is this our fourth Bowser's Castle? I think it is. So 17 tracks in, 4 of them have been Bowser's Castles. So, up until now, we've had 25% of our courses as Bowser's Castles. Or slightly less than that. It's really weird when you think about it. Like, when you look back on this game, at least when I do, I don't think that the game is... How many courses is it? It's 7 Bowser's courses out of 40 tracks. Math, work, because I know 4 out of 36 is a quarter. So we have almost double that, 7 out of 40. What is that close enough to? Whenever I'm trying to estimate a fraction, I just think of another fraction that's close to it. And 7 out of 40 doesn't really jump out at me. So it's between 6 and 8 out of 40. And 8 out of 40 would be 1/5. 6 out of 40 is the same as 3 out of 20, so that's 16%? Right? No? 3 out of 20 is 15%. So one is 15%, the other was 20%, so this is like 17-ish%. The part in which nobody watches because I discuss math in the first 2 minutes. I think it comes out to about 17%. I'm tempted to continue going on with the math talk, but I know that everybody is screaming at me not to, and now I don't know what else to talk about. We could talk about U.S. history. You guys like that, right? English? Social studies? What else do people not like? I'm trying to think. It's hard for me to think about things that I don't like, because I try not to spend more time thinking about them than I need to. Which I suppose is a good thing. It's kind of a nice way to live your life. I'm surprised I got through all of that without hitting a single wall. I should really stop paying attention to coming up with intelligent conversation while I'm playing video games, because apparently the trick to playing them well is for me to not concentrate on talking. But I get the feeling, like every other project I do, I'm talking about that, and people are so sick of hearing it, although I think it's been a while since I've talked about it. But another course that a lot of people who have played Mario Kart Wii are very, very familiar with, Mario Circuit 3. And of course, this is one that I'm not too familiar with playing on this game, since I have played it at least 150 times on the Mario Kart Wii game. Yes, I have counted! Every single time I have ever played the course ever has been counted, and this shortcut's still here. But I think that's the extent of the shortcuts you can do on this track. I don't remember there being any other jumps or anything here, but I could be completely mistaken about it. But of course, if you haven't noticed or picked up on it yet, the reason for the rainbow-colored boundaries on the side, the green, blue, yellow, red, is only there because we are playing the 2D game, and they have to stop you from cheating somehow. So they put those boundaries there. I want to say if you can jump over them at a certain height, they don't exist. I don't remember whether or not they actually go all the way up. I don't think they do, since there are a couple of instances where you do have jumps that will allow you to go over those walls. But I've never... Well, I have tried jumping up against them, you know, just using your regular jump to try to get over them, and that doesn't work. And it shouldn't work, because that would make this incredibly easy. But I don't know what happens if you go out of bounds in the grass out there, if it actually picks you up and drags you back onto the course or what. I'm sure there's a way you could do that with cheats, but there's another red shell trap. I haven't seen too many of those. I think if you stay far enough away from it when you pass it, it doesn't go after you. But if I didn't mention it before, the red shell trap will be activated for anybody that gets close enough to it. Even you, if you were the one who dropped it, will still be chased by that red shell. So be very careful about that. Peach is still not going to catch up to me after me running into the wall. I know it looks like I'm doing incredibly well at this game, but when we get to later tracks, you'll see why I decided to stick with 100cc as opposed to 150. But here's another one that's incredibly easy to lap the CPUs on for some reason. Koopa Beach! Now, I'm not entirely sure why this is, but the CPUs tend to go incredibly slow on this course. I guess their path is set way outside the rim of the track, but at least on this one, the shallow water doesn't slow you down too much. So there's no real reason for you to go the long way around, and I guess the CPUs do that. I've never actually watched. It does look like they go the long way around. But I don't think the longer path is any faster than going over the water. I do think you lose a bit of speed, but it doesn't really make up for how much space you're able to get in front of them if you just take the shortcut around. So I'll just be riding around the inside, and I'll probably wind up passing second place if I am able to keep this up. Was that Peach? Can't tell. I think I already passed her on the outside. So we've now one-upped everybody. Every one of the CPUs we've lapped. That's why I love Koopa Beach. I don't even have to try, and I can lap everybody. I'm really gonna miss that when we get later into the game. But yeah, those times that they finished in, complete bullshit. Peach was behind us, a lap behind, and the game thinks that she finished 5 seconds after us. Complete and utter bullshit. I don't know how they calculate that. Maybe they account for rubber banding or something like, yeah, if we were able to go 3 times as fast as you, then we would probably get this time, maybe. But this is where the drifting starts to get a little bit irritating. At least if I try to do it on this turn, or I remember if I tried on this turn, it really screws me over. So I'm not going to drift towards the end of the track, but if you jump before you drift, whether or not you hold the drift button, it's still difficult to maneuver yourself. And this, I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like mud, except it doesn't really slow you down, it just hampers your ability to turn. There are a number of those surfaces in this game where it doesn't hamper your speed, it just makes it more difficult to turn. So it's like ice physics, but on a lot of surfaces that don't necessarily warrant ice physics. Like, you'd think it'd slow you down or something, but it just makes it more difficult to turn. It kind of throws you off. Maybe I'll try doing this without drifting. It still doesn't make it that much easier. Letting off the acceleration helps a bit. I'm sure braking would make it even easier. But again, this is a racing game. If you're using the brake button, you're probably doing it wrong. Unless you're playing Diddy Kong Racing, in which that allows you to drift sharper, but in that case, I would argue that it's a drift button as opposed to a brake button when you're using it in conjunction with the accelerator, so it doesn't really count towards that. And that does it for Choco Island 2 or 3. Which one was this? I'm kind of sick of seeing them already. I don't remember if there's another one, but I get the feeling that there is, because I haven't complained about it enough yet. Choco Island 2, there's definitely going to be more for that. But look forward to it later, because next time we're going to be tackling the Star Cup finally! This is UniversalGiant, and I'll see you next time.